Hello and welcome to Plastering Guru. Today's job is a chimney to be repaired without scaffold. Come on, let's have a look. Right, so here it is, the chimney. Now, on the left hand side, there's some nice chunky cracks where the render's blown, and there's a big old aerial. Get a bit closer look. There, so that needs investigation. So first job is to remove the aerial. So with a 16mm deep socket, we loosen the bolts, manage to lower it, and then take it off. Taking note, of course, of its position so we could put it back in the right place. That just left the bracket, which was another bolt, and then that was off. So the plan of action is to cut out the areas that have come away from the wall, keeping all the solid, sound render. So we mark out a level line and then get the grinder out and grind a line all the way down. Avoids taking off any unnecessary render. Once the line is there, grab the hammer and bolster and try and take out the loose bits. Here you can see it's coming off the wall very easily without much effort, where the dampness and water had got behind the wall. Keep going, keep bolstering gently around the wall. Yeah. Once all the loose bits are off, it's time to bring out the big guns. These can be hired from your local builders merchants too. These are a fantastic bit of kit and so much more time efficient for tackling the more stubborn areas. A little tip: if you hire them, you can often get charged if the end is blunt, so get your angle grinder out and just take the edge off. Now, Danger Man Dan is just getting this other side where he can reach, as this tiny corner had blown, doing as much as we can without scaffolding. So, after all the areas have been hacked off, we gave it a nice brush, we got the vacuum out, and then it was all ready to start priming. Agent was applied, we added some beads, which I show how to do in one of my other videos, and then we let it dry. Once ready, it was time to mix up the render. So water in first, then the sand, cement, and mix. There we have it, a nice consistency, look at that. Then clean your tools. Then we can get ready and start to apply the scratch coat. Working the render into itself, which is why we start from the right usually and work the render in. Once you have a coat on, you can start rolling it off with a straight edge. And then with a scratcher, key the surface. And there we have it, scratch coat completed. Now we need to let that dry before starting the next coat. Now, nice and dry, the next coat can be applied. It's quite windy up here, as you can imagine, being so high up. Let's go. Mix the render for the top coat nicely to a nice consistency. So that looks good.
This top coat mix has been 5 parts sand, 1 part cement, 1 part hydrated lime.
So we can now start applying the top coat. Same process as before, working the gear into itself. If you're right-handed, starting from the right, working your way to the left. Using nice, firm, even pressure to try and get a nice, even coat over the wall. Just adjusting the protection there. Now this coat wants to be in line with the existing wall and the beads to keep the chimney nice and flat. Danger Man Dan working his magic over the edge there. Nicely done indeed. Hop up time. Well, once you have enough on, you can get a straight edge and start rolling off using the existing wall and the corner bead as a guide. Using any render that you scrape off to put back into any hollowed areas of the wall. A quick relay with the straight edge and start the side, rolling off with the existing and the corner bead. Just about run out of render, just need a tiny bit more from downstairs to finish. Repeating the process. Lovely, now we can get this last little section done. Now we can apply a very tight, thin coat over the top of this. This will make floating the wall a lot easier and give a much smoother, nicer finish. Right, we are just about there now. Top coat applied.
I think you need to.
Because we are rendering into the existing, I'm going to start with the edges. As these areas will tighten up first, I'm just using a damp sponge to go over and blend into the existing. So simple but often overlooked. This can be done to all the edges. The rest of the walls can be left to firm up, and then we can go over them with a float. Always dampen your float, as you just saw. Then you consolidate the surface in little circular motions. The float naturally flattens any high spots, and quickly you will be able to feel them as you glide the float around. This edge can be flattened over, just like so, nice and carefully. Smoothing out the excess, just like this. Then you can repeat the circular motions. Applying more pressure when you feel the need to do so. Floating a wall can be very satisfying and quite therapeutic. Or perhaps that's just me. Well, you gotta love what you do, haven't you? Here you can see, just testing the surface. It's getting there, but I'll probably need a couple more minutes. The wind is certainly helping to speed the process up along a little. Now, for the ultimate satisfaction. Yes, it's a sponge. Ooh. Nice job with the camera. My bad. So with a very lightly damp sponge, I'm now going over the surface very carefully and gently, just giving it that final touch, making it look absolutely lovely, as you are about to see. Blending in the edges first, as always. Again, nice, gentle circular motion works the best. It's good practice to always wear a waterproof glove, especially when squeezing out and cleaning your sponge, as any cementitious products can really dry out your hands and skin and irritate. Once again, depending on the firmness of the wall, will depend how much pressure you place on it. The firmer the wall is, the firmer pressure you need. Right, that's the side done. Now let's see if the face needs going over. Yeah, it's ready, so once again, let's repeat the process. Circular motions, you can even use figure of eights if you need. Again, you just want a nice, flat, even surface. Right, let's speed things up. Once floated, you can start with a sponge. And we are there. Look at that. A nice repaired chimney. All that's left is a quick tidy. Looking good. As always, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. You might consider subscribing, check out my other videos, leave a comment if you have something to say, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye now.